The Lord of the Rings franchise has been a cornerstone of fantasy literature and cinema for decades, captivating audiences with its rich lore, complex characters, and epic battles between good and evil. But in recent years, the beloved world of Middle-earth has faced some turbulent times in its on-screen adaptations. The most notable of these was Amazon's ambitious and controversial series, The Rings of Power, which left many Tolkien purists feeling disappointed and, in some cases, downright angry. But fear not, fellow Middle-earth enthusiasts, for a new hope emerges on the horizon in the form of an unexpected hero, anime. Yes, you heard that right. An anime film set in the world of Middle-earth is on its way, and it's got fans buzzing with excitement and cautious optimism. The War of the Rohirrim, as it's called, promises to bring a fresh perspective to Tolkien's universe, potentially offering redemption for those left wanting by recent adaptations. But before we dive into this new animated venture, let's take a moment to reflect on the rocky path that's led us here. When Amazon announced its plans for the Rings of Power, expectations were sky high. With a budget rumored to be in the hundreds of millions of dollars and the promise of exploring the Second Age of Middle-earth, fans were eager to see how this new series would expand upon Tolkien's beloved world. However, as the show began to air, it became clear that not everyone was on board with Amazon's vision. The criticisms came thick and fast. Some fans took issue with the show's pacing, arguing that it was too slow and lacked the epic scope they'd come to expect from Middle-earth adventures. Others were unhappy with the liberties taken with Tolkien's lore, feeling that the show strayed too far from the source material. Characters that didn't exist in Tolkien's writings were introduced, timelines were compressed, and certain plot points seemed to contradict the established canon. Perhaps most controversially, the show's diverse casting choices sparked heated debates within the fandom. While many applauded the inclusion of actors of color in prominent roles, others argued that it didn't align with Tolkien's descriptions of certain races in Middle-earth. This led to accusations of woke politics being injected into the franchise, further dividing the fanbase. It's worth noting that not all reactions to the Rings of Power were negative. Some viewers praised the show's stunning visuals, intricate costume design, and performances from the cast. However, the overall reception was mixed at best, leaving many Tolkien fans feeling let down and wondering if future adaptations could ever truly capture the magic of the books. Enter The War of the Rohirrim, an upcoming animated film that aims to bridge the gap between The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings trilogies. Set 183 years before the events of The Two Towers, this anime-style feature will focus on the life of Helm Hammerhand, the legendary king of Rohan, after whom Helm's Deep is named. The project is being developed by New Line Cinema and Warner Bros. Animation, with Kenji Kamiyama, known for his work on Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, directing. So why are fans cautiously optimistic about this new venture? For starters, the choice to use anime as the medium for storytelling is an intriguing one. Anime has a long history of adapting complex, mature themes and epic storylines, often with stunning visual flair. This could be the perfect fit for bringing the grandeur and nuance of Middle-earth to life in a new way. Moreover, the focus on a specific character and period from Tolkien's appendices suggests a more faithful approach to the source material. By zeroing in on Helm Hammerhand's story, the filmmakers have the opportunity to expand on Tolkien's world without necessarily contradicting established lore. This could potentially satisfy both hardcore fans looking for authenticity and newcomers seeking an engaging entry point into Middle-earth's vast history. The involvement of Philippa Boyens, one of the screenwriters from Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy, as executive producer, also lends credibility to the project. Her deep understanding of Tolkien's work and experience in adapting it for the screen could help ensure that The War of the Rohirrim stays true to the spirit of Middle-earth while still offering something fresh and exciting. But perhaps the most compelling reason for optimism is the potential for anime to capture the essence of Tolkien's world in ways that live-action adaptations sometimes struggle to achieve. Anime's ability to blend realistic detail with stylized action and fantastical elements could be the perfect recipe for bringing Middle-earth's magic to life. Imagine sweeping vistas of the Rittermark, intricately designed armor and weapons, and dynamic battle sequences that capture the raw power and emotion of Tolkien's writing. Of course, it's important to temper our expectations. While the prospect of an anime Middle-earth adventure is undoubtedly exciting, we've been burned before by high hopes. The War of the Rohirrim will need to walk a fine line between honoring Tolkien's legacy and offering something new and compelling to audiences. One potential challenge will be balancing the expectations of different fan groups. Anime enthusiasts may have different desires and expectations than die-hard Tolkien fans, and finding a way to satisfy both could prove tricky. Additionally, the film will need to be accessible enough for newcomers to the franchise while still offering depth and nuance for longtime fans. Another consideration is how the anime style will be received by those accustomed to the live-action portrayals of Middle-earth. While many are excited about the possibilities, others may find it jarring to see these familiar landscapes and characters rendered in a new visual style. The filmmakers will need to find a way to make the transition feel natural and respectful to what's come before. Despite these potential hurdles, there's reason to be hopeful about the War of the Rohirrim. By focusing on a lesser-known period of Middle-earth history, the film has the opportunity to expand the world in meaningful ways without treading on familiar ground. The story of Helm Hammerhand, with its themes of leadership, sacrifice, and the defense of one's homeland, feels perfectly suited to Tolkien's universe and could offer a compelling narrative hook for viewers. Moreover, the choice of anime as the medium opens up new possibilities for storytelling. Anime has a rich tradition of exploring complex themes and characters, often with a level of visual creativity that can be difficult to achieve in live action. This could allow for a more nuanced exploration of Middle-earth's cultures, politics, and magical elements than we've seen in previous adaptations. The potential for breathtaking action sequences is also worth considering. Anime's fluid animation style could bring a new level of dynamism to Middle-earth's battles, allowing for sweeping cavalry charges, intense one-on-one duels, and large-scale conflicts that capture the epic scope of Tolkien's writing. Imagine seeing the legendary feats of Helm Hammerhand brought to life with the kinetic energy and visual flair that anime is known for. But perhaps most importantly, the War of the Rohirrim has the opportunity to reconnect with what made Tolkien's work so beloved in the first place. By focusing on a specific story within the larger tapestry of Middle-earth, the film can potentially capture the sense of history and myth that permeates Tolkien's writing. It's a chance to explore the themes of courage, loyalty, and the struggle against overwhelming odds that resonate so strongly throughout The Lord of the Rings. Of course, the success of the War of the Rohirrim will ultimately depend on its execution. The talent involved, including director Kenji Kamiyama and the writers tasked with adapting Tolkien's work, will need to strike a delicate balance between honoring the source material and creating something that stands on its own as a compelling piece of cinema. As we look ahead to the release of The War of the Rohirrim, it's natural to feel a mix of excitement and trepidation. The disappointment of the Rings of Power is still fresh for many fans, and the prospect of yet another adaptation may seem daunting. But there's also a sense of possibility in the air. Could this anime film be the key to reinvigorating the Middle-earth franchise and reconnecting with what made it so special in the first place? Only time will tell if The War of the Rohirrim can live up to its potential and heal the rift in the Tolkien fandom. But one thing is certain, the world of Middle-earth continues to captivate our imaginations, inspiring new interpretations and adaptations even decades after Tolkien first put pen to paper. Whether this latest venture succeeds or fails, it's a testament to the enduring power of Tolkien's creation and the passionate community that has grown around it. As we await more news and eventually the release of The War of the Rohirrim, it's worth remembering what drew us to Middle-earth in the first place. The sense of wonder, the rich tapestry of cultures and histories, the timeless themes of friendship and heroism in the face of darkness. These are the elements that have made The Lord of the Rings a cultural touchstone for generations. If The War of the Rohirrim can capture even a fraction of that magic, while offering a fresh perspective through the lens of anime, it could very well be the salve that Tolkien fans have been waiting for. It's an opportunity to explore new corners of Middle-earth, to see familiar themes presented in innovative ways, and perhaps to fall in love with this world all over again. So, fellow Middle-earth enthusiasts, let's approach this new chapter with open minds and cautious optimism. The road goes ever on, and who knows what wonders we might discover along the way. The War of the Rohirrim may just be the unexpected journey we've been waiting for, a chance to return to Middle-earth with fresh eyes and renewed excitement. And in the end, isn't that sense of adventure and discovery what Tolkien's work was all about?